All right, Riley Dighton, been a good year so far in wrestling. Talk about the 4A tournament last weekend.
It was pretty good. Got third. I didn't wrestle very well. I was sick all week. Didn't get to come to practice very much. But other than that, we made it. So that's all that really matters now. Feeling a lot better. So I'm excited for the state tournament.
Take us through your matches last weekend.
First round, I wrestled a kid from Lakota Tech who I've never wrestled before. Then I wrestled in the quarterfinals. I wrestled a kid from or semifinals. Sorry, I wrestled a kid from Sturgis who I've wrestled twice already this year, and those two times I beat him, and he ended up beating me this weekend. So, kind of stung, but it's over now. Can't do anything about it.
Riley, talk about your progress from the beginning of the wrestling season up till now.
Well, to start the season, I started at 165, and even then I was light. So it was pretty difficult wrestling those bigger kids, given my descent plan. So once I finally got down to 157, it was a lot easier to wrestle. Got to scrap with those kids who are more my size. Um, I'm still light for 57, but it's a lot better, more manageable. This year's definitely been one of my better seasons, just overall. Won the most tournaments I have in my career, most matches. And yeah, it's just been a really good year.
All right, good luck at state.
Thank you.
Caden Swaney, talk about the Region 4A tournament last weekend.
At regionals, I got third, had some good matches, had a really close match in the semifinals against a kid from Rapid, and it was a fun tournament. I felt like I wrestled pretty good.
Talk a little more about that close match and your other ones too.
In my semifinals match, we had a really close match. First period, he was getting me pretty good, and I was down quite a few points. And then in the second and third period, I came back and just didn't quite have it. Lost 7-8. And then for my third and fourth place match, I had a kid I haven't wrestled this season, and I won that match.
All right, well, good luck at state.
Thank you very much.
Cooper Conry, you had a good season so far this year. Talk about the Region 4A tournament.
It's definitely a tough tournament. Definitely some good kids there. It's good to go out there and see some kids. There was one kid my finals match for third and fourth. I hadn't wrestled yet this year, and definitely learned a lot. Had a tough loss there, but we're gonna bounce back, come in, and see how she goes at state.
Talk about your expectations for state.
I got seated pretty low at state, but I'm excited to come in and just kind of be the underdog and just kind of have nothing to lose and go at it.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Annabelle Dighton, talk about the Region 4A tournament last weekend.
I got third. My first match, I wrestled a girl I've never wrestled before, and I pinned her. And then in the semifinals match, I had a pretty tough match against the number one girl in the state. And then, yeah, it was a pretty good tournament though.
You get nervous going into a tournament like that?
Yeah, I was pretty nervous, but I didn't expect too much. I'm a seventh grader, so it definitely turned out better than I thought it would.
Talk about your commitment to weightlifting and its importance.
Throughout the summer, I did a lot of weightlifting, and I really think it had an impact. You definitely have to have strength for wrestling.
And what are your expectations for state?
I guess I was seated okay for my age, but I don't know. I'm just not a lot of. I haven't wrestled a lot of girls. Well, I've wrestled a lot of girls, but not from like a whole bunch of different towns. So I don't really know how it's gonna be to go in and wrestle a whole bunch of all those girls, but it is how it is, and I'm just gonna go and try to win as many as I can.
All right, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Kyra Vandenberg, talk about the Region 4A tournament last weekend and take us through those matches.
Last weekend was pretty good. I think I wrestled overall pretty well. It was a good tournament. It went really well. My finals match was probably the toughest match I had all day. And I'm just looking forward to state and having another tough match. And I really like it when people like push me during matches, and I actually have like a match that lasts. So I'm looking forward to it at state.
How many years you been wrestling now?
This is my 11th year.
Talk about your progress this season from the beginning of the year up until now.
This season I think I've like been a lot more flowy than I have in previous seasons. And like I'm connecting moves really well. And I've just been really focused on like my technique and putting it all together, like my technique and like what I've built up from wrestling for so long or whatever. I've just really been putting it all together, and it's been working out really well. And I'm just really excited, honestly.
A lot of work in the weight room?
Yeah, definitely. Been grinding. Never stops, I guess.
Well, good luck at state.
Thank you.
Yeah, so as far as the girls go, we had a pretty short crew this year, five individuals, a mix between some veterans, between Kyra and Leah, and then we had 3 younger girls, 2 7th graders, Charlie and Annabelle, and then a sophomore with Jasmine. And so, it was kind of a mix of experience, but the 2 younger girls, they're young, but they do have experience, so they picked up pretty quick. And then Jasmine, she just jumped right in, was really willing to learn. It was a big learning curve for her because she's never done wrestling before, but she did well. And so as far as the region outcomes go, we had Kyra make it into the finals. And she won that match there pretty decisively with a tech fall over the Sturgis girl. I think we were talking with her dad. I think that's the 5th or 6th time that those girls have wrestled, Kyra and Jenica. And and then we had like Charlie and Annabelle. We both figured that they were going to have some matches that they weren't supposed to win on paper, but then ended up winning anyways. And so Annabelle got that. She got a match that put her into the placing round, which was awesome. And then Charlie was 1 match short. She wrestled really hard, but Charlie had a tough bracket at that 105. I think all the top 4 girls were ranked, in our region. And and again, I was looking today. There's 14 girl weight classes, and 9 of the alternates come out of our region. So again, that tells you the strength of our numbers in our girls region qualifier. And going for the boys, we took 10 boys. We had 3 big season-ending injuries for 2 seniors and an 8th grader in all 3 of those weight classes. 113, Jace Olson, 138, Garrett Houston, and then 175, Spencer Bush. Garrett and Spencer both seniors, so that was unfortunate for them. And Jace is an 8th grader, but all 3 of those guys I know would have qualified for the state tournament. So it was unfortunate that happened. We made it so long in the season, and that happened. But so was wrestling, and that happens. So we got 5 guys into the placing rounds. Riley, he already mentioned that he took a tough loss in the semifinals to the kid to Thurman from Sturgis. But kudos to him. He wrestled a really good tournament, and he ended up winning that match and beating the Central kid as well. And Caden Swaney had a tough semifinal loss. I thought he was going to get that win, and he just couldn't. But he wrestled him really well, and that's a kid. He's got that kid the first round at the state tournament. So, we know what we need to do there. And Cooper Conry, placing 4th, and Kobe Tibbs at 150, placing 4th. So it's I'd like to have more, but we finished kind of. I said 4. And I was hoping for about 6 or 7 kids in. So we were a little short of my goal there. But either way, we got to show up these 2 days of practice and work hard and keep everybody healthy and keep them motivated. And we're not going to do anything new. Just keep working on the things that we know and stay sharp and crisp and be ready to go come Thursday morning.